Things need to change. That's pretty much what I really have to say. Hey everyone, I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. My name is Tyler. I make videos about college, career, and Andrew Yang. And in this video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on what we should take away, what we need to take away from the Iowa caucus. Before I even begin this video, I want to mention that I was inspired to make this video by Gutless, or I believe his name is Tony Guo. He's another fellow YouTuber that makes videos about Andrew Yang, and basically he hit the nail on the head on what I've been thinking in the back of my mind for quite some time, but he was pretty much the first one that was willing to say it. But yeah, I'm going to leave a link to his video in the description down below. I urge you guys to check it out as it gives a more thorough analysis on what I kind of mean. I just think it's something that's worth watching as we move forward into New Hampshire and beyond. If there's a chance that you don't know what happened, essentially the Iowa caucus happened earlier this week, yeah, like Monday. And if you don't know what the Iowa caucus is, essentially it's a political event that kind of marks the first gauge on how candidates are doing. And results came in like 3 days later, and Andrew Yang came in 6th, coming at 1%. You know, regardless of what you guys think about, you know, Pete Buttigieg cheating, which I personally believe he did, or there's some like shady business going on in the background, regardless of whether, you know, Andrew Yang actually pulled 5% or 10%, he still would have came in 6th. That's something that honestly shocked me, and I'm not gonna be surprised if you guys are shocked too, because you see, I feel like if you're an Andrew Yang supporter and you go on social media watching more Andrew Yang stuff, videos, pretty much just to validate your support for this candidate and to kind of build this fantasy world, like, you know, we're like making ground and we have a good shot of becoming president, everything's sunshine and rainbows. That's just not how things really are. Tony said it really well. We pretty much have our backs in the corner, and this is pretty much it, I think. Especially since we're supposed to do well in New Hampshire. New Hampshire is gonna be a checkpoint for us. If we don't reach the checkpoint, then I think it's over for this run, at least for this season. Andrew Yang has said before that he, you know, we have made substantial ground up to this point. His ideas are now going to be part of the political conversation. But becoming president is a whole nother battle, right? It's like he says the hardest part was getting that original group of like 5% polling voters. But I argue that this is the hardest part, just because we need to face the fact that this isn't a fair game. The DNC is going to do whatever they can to not get someone like Andrew Yang elected, and we need to do beyond what is expected for a conventional candidate to win in order to win. Now, I know I'm just saying a lot of fluff right now, and, you know, I haven't said what I'm personally going to do, which I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. Pretty much whatever we did in Iowa didn't work, or at least it didn't work well enough. And there was an article that said Andrew Yang fired a bunch of people on his marketing team, which I think is a good idea. And if you watch the video, link in the description, Tony can explain it pretty well why it's a good idea. At the end of the day, we don't have enough doers, right? And I understand, because a lot of people who support Andrew Yang come from like a diverse range of, you know, backgrounds, but I have an inkling that a good majority of people are already hardworking and, you know, already have a job or kids to support, whatever it may be. But for those that aren't in that situation, if you really want Andrew Yang to win, you're gonna have to go out there and try to Yang people, right? You need to go out there and canvas and really get people inspired, just because from the outside looking in, no matter how much social media support we have, it never looks as tangible as a group of people literally going and convincing others that they should vote for this candidate. I don't really know what else I'm trying to say. I just, I was disappointed in Iowa, and I think a lot of us here, minus a select few like Kai and Paget, that's all I can think of right now. I'm sure there's more, but a lot of us here are just, we're rooting for him, we're donating for him, to him, but we're not doing much outside of, filming a camera and clicking a couple buttons. We're not doing the hard work that needs to be done to get him elected. I don't know anymore, man. I just didn't expect him to do that poorly, and to be behind it, Amy Klobuchar. Yeah, to be behind Amy Klobuchar, it's crazy. But I'm gonna end it with some good news and tell you that Bill Clinton, back in '92 or whatever it was, I think it was '92, he came in at 2% in the Iowa caucus. It's still possible. We still could win. I think it's gonna happen. New Hampshire will tell. So we gotta bring in New Hampshire. I'm still trying to brainstorm other ideas on what we could actually do to support his campaign. In the video I was talking about, or maybe another one of Gutless's video, he mentioned that a lot of Andrew Yang's advertisements were just kind of they looked like run-of-the-mill political ads.
His ideas are a blueprint for a new way forward. Andrew Yang, an economy where big tech and Wall Street are held accountable, a healthcare system with Medicare for all, a fight against climate change. Andrew Yang, a new way forward.
It never really talked much about UBI, what the Freedom Dividend could do for you, actually giving money into the hands of people. It was more this is Andrew Yang's background. Here are his kids. He's a nice person. This is what he wants to do for Medicare, just because a lot of people care about Medicare right now. But I beg to argue that you tell anyone, hey, I'm gonna give you $1,000 a month as long as you're a welcome member of the U.S. I want to say that a lot of people out there would be a lot more convinced, especially the ones coming from underprivileged backgrounds, because that money will help them the most. It's easy to say, as a college student, every time when I bring up UBI, most college students are like, well, they're caring about other minute things, oh, well, what if people that do drugs get that money? What would happen with inflation, my Coke prices, instead of paying $1.50 for a can of Coke, I'm gonna pay $10. Why bother targeting those people? Really? Chances are a college student's probably supporting Sanders anyways. It's the hardworking people out there that are already in the workforce, that already had to get their hands dirty, that are already fighting to provide food on the table for their family. Those are the people that need to know about Andrew Yang. And it's funny, it's ironic, because we're polling, apparently, Andrew Yang polls really well with young people, so there's a good amount of people out there that see the full breadth of his idea, but it's a hard crowd. So that's my low input. Target hardworking people, target the working class, people that UBI would tremendously benefit, immigrant families with 10 people in their household, and I think those are the real people that are going to be on board. If you guys enjoyed this video, I know it's a little bit more of a somber video, I don't mean it to be that way, and as disappointed as I sound, I do still have faith, because miracles do happen. So with that said, hope you guys got something on this video. Please leave a like down below to support my channel. Share this video with other people, just because I think this is something that needs to be heard. Also, hit subscribe if you want to see more videos about college career and Andrew Yang. Hopefully more and more Andrew Yang in the next 9 months, but we need to work for that. So I'll see you guys in the next one.
Riding low and flying high, we can reach the morning light. Come on, baby.